afternoon, my amazing students. Welcome to Information Technology class with Miss Brown. Class promises to be interesting, so please stay tuned. So for today, we will be looking at the basic computer system. The basic computer system? I wonder what that is. But before we get into that, we need to know what is information technology. Information technology, also called IT, is use of computers to retrieve, transmit, store, and manipulate data or information. So, we can safely say that in information technology, persons use computer to put away data or information, to get back that data or information, to send it elsewhere, or even to work it however they want it to be used. Now we're going to move along to what is a computer. Can anybody tell me what a computer is? Well, if you said that a computer is an electronic device that accepts data, processes data, and output information, then yes, you were correct. But notice I didn't say it accepted information nor processed information, but I said it accepts data, processes data, and outputs information. But why is that so? Follow me to the next slide and then you will find out. Data and information, they're two different things. Data is raw, meaningless facts and figures that has been entered into the computer system. Now, what does that mean? So, it means that I can randomly write some letters or numbers, and then if somebody looks at it, it means nothing. While if it was processed, if it was turned into something meaningful, then we would have ended up with information. So we can safely say that information is processed data that has been entered into the computer system. The processed data is very meaningful. That means the content is of use to somebody. So at the bottom of this slide, you'll see the word hello, my name is, and then at the bottom of those words, you see 0, 1, 0, and a lot of zeros. Now, the ones at the top, those are information, but the ones at the bottom, they just look like some random numbers. We can safely say that those are data. But when those at the bottom are processed, we end up with the ones at the top. Right? Right. I know you're getting the hang of it. So let's go further on into the meat of the matter. Functions of the computer. So there are four main functions of the computer. Input, output, storage, and processing. Input though. What do you think that word means? Right. So a lot of persons will say input means to enter something. Yes, you are so correct. So input means turning data and instructions into electronic forms so that they can be processed by the computer. So you entering some random letters or entering some letters in the computer system, you actually were entering or inputting data into the computer system. So remember now, we input data. So whatever we entered into the computer system, it is not information, it's data because it has not been processed as yet. Now I'm going to jump over output and storage and go straight to processing. So it says processing is data changed into useful information. So those letters and numbers that you entered or you inputted in the computer system, they were of no meaning. But once the computer knew what to do with it, it was changed into something beautiful, into something meaningful. And then that is called the processing cycle of computer. Okay, after the processing cycle has completed, then you need to see what was produced. And so whatever was produced after processing is called output. So we can safely say output means turning data held in electronic form into forms that humans or people can understand. So whatever we see on a piece of paper, whatever we see on the screen, whatever we hear through the speakers, those are outputted, or those are information, those are data that was processed. Now you don't want to lose all this data, and so this is where storage comes in. So because you don't want to lose that information, you have to put it somewhere safe, right? And so we say that this is where the storaging process or the storaging cycle takes place. Storage means storing information ready for the CPUs to use. You can store the information inside the computer or outside the computer, but that is for another class. We will get further into storage devices, input devices, and processing devices, output devices in another class. So let's continue. Now this here is a diagram of how the processing cycle or the computer processing cycle, yes it is called computer processing cycle, works. So first you enter the data, then it is processed, then it is outputted, and then it is stored. That's how the processing cycle works, right? So let's move along to the next slide. So there are two basic categories that each component of the computer system falls into. Those are hardware and software. Have you ever heard about hardware and software before? Think about it. What do you think the hardware is? Well, the hardware is the physical part of the computer that the user interacts with. Can you think of some part of the computer that you interact with? Perfect. The mouse, the keyboard, all of those are hardware components, and so we can say that the software now is a set of instruction or program that runs on the computer that tells the computer what to do. Like I said, these two, therefore, another class, right? So we can now say that information technology, computers, the components of the computer, the processing cycle, all of those are what produces what the user asks for. So we have 4 cycles of computer. We have the input, output, processing, and the storage cycle. We have data is different from information, where data is raw, meaningless facts and figures, while information is processed data, right? I hope you enjoyed this class, guys. See you next time. Remember to like, subscribe to reach Educational Services channel. Have a nice day. Bye.